That almost went extremely bad. That was still bad in general, but I mean, we completed it, so you know, could have been a lot worse. Ugh. Anything left in this area? Just the dreadful crimes. And skill point. Did I want mutilate, right? Yeah. I gotta save up the 4.
Can't do it without you. Keep moving.
As well go and get this now, as I'm passing it by. It's not where I thought I grappled to, by the way. Alright. It's a very green dress over there. Dreadful crimes, the case of the conflicted courtship. Solve the perplexing murder of a woman in a public park.
A tragedy in the park.
Another chance to sort out a diabolical conundrum. One that I'll turn into a one-a-penny read for Purlock Publishing.
Inspect Prudence Brown's corpse. Head to the park.
Come on, bloody Pegasus.
The park. Prudence Brown, a young woman with identifying papers, stabbed many times in highly violent manner. Wounds indicate a left-handed attacker. Handbag. Contains an appointment. Diary. 10 a.m. Trevor Park, noon. Gilbert, his house. The address is indicated in the back of the agenda.
I believe I should re-interrogate a suspect.
Packet. Small paper packet containing powdered medication, stamped Dr. Trevor Alton with an
Now that I've
address.
seen this, I should ask more questions.
Something else over here. Knife. The bloodied murder weapon. It is a standard kitchen knife. I have two locations, Gilbert's house and Dr. Alton's house. Let's go to Gilbert's first, I guess. What do you know of Prudence?
Prudence and I are engaged to be married. I'm desperate to see her. She should be by any moment. She had something important to tell me. I'm worried she's going to break off the engagement.
Prudence's fiance. Maybe he already knew. Letter from Prudence. Dearest Gilbert, I have something of the utmost importance to tell you. I shall call tomorrow at noon. Please, dear Gilbert, I know that whatever I have to say, I will always hold you in the highest esteem. Your Prudence. The letterhead gives Prudence's address. Yeah, that is kind of suspicious. Let's go see the doctor.
Rise up, London!
Devilish going on over there.
This is Mr. Shelby. What do you know of Prudence?
I don't know any of Dr. Alton's other patients.
Interesting. Guess he's a patient. What do you know about Prudence?
I'm sorry to hear about her murder. She was a patient here, but increasingly began to stop by socially.
And she had a park meeting. Do you know anything about that?
So she was meeting Dr. Alton in the park, was she? My understanding was that she was engaged to someone. In any case, the good doctor could do better, in my opinion. Perhaps now he will.
Just a nurse. What is this? Doctor's note. Dear Miss Knight, I would ask you to please suspend Mr. Shelby's prescription. This note, as well as all medical entries in the office, appear to be written by a right-handed man. Here we have Prudence's medical file. Miss Brown came to see me, oppressed by grave anxiety concerning her recent engagement. This was not a medical concern, but nevertheless I prescribed a mild sedative. However, she has since embarked on an irregular relationship with someone I shall not name. The situation is intolerable. Mild sedative, anxiety, irregular relationship, right-handed writing. Mr. Shelby's medical file. Since using this treatment, Mr. Shelby has overcome his paralyzing timidity with astonishing success. However, owing to the effects I've seen of the same drug on Mr. Baxter, I feel obliged to terminate Mr. Shelby's use altogether.
Well, now, I didn't ask about this.
Paralyzing timidity, stop treatment, right-handed writing. Dr. Trevor Alton has a cut cheek. What do you know about Prudence?
Oh my God, Prudence! How horrible! I was about to propose. But I don't understand. She and I didn't have a meeting arranged today. It is true that we sometimes meet in the park, but there was no arrangement for this morning.
Interesting. And the medicine?
That's very odd indeed. Prudence was a patient here, but wasn't given this prescription. There's no reason that she should be carrying such a packet.
Interesting. Mayhap the nurse did it. Kind of my thoughts right now. It's either the nurse or the ex-fiance. Personal note, Doctor, I do hope that our professional relationship does not preclude a closer report. Yours, most sincerely, Miss Claire Knight. Yeah, thought she might like him. Baxter's medical file. Baxter now appears to be totally reliant on the treatment. He consumes far more than the prescribed dosage and is constantly demanding more. In addition, he has become alarmingly aggressive, going so far as to assault me physically. Furthermore, He has recklessly seduced several women over the past few
I
weeks.
should go back and ask about this.
What's with your cut cheek?
An unfortunate incident. One of my patients became overexcited.
Treatment?
You appreciate, I'm sure, that I cannot discuss the condition of any of my patients.
Very well. Go talk to the other two before we leave this area. What's with Alton's cut?
Mr. Baxter apparently attacked the doctor yesterday. It was after hours, but the doctor did have a cut on his cheek. Poor man.
What can you tell me about Baxter?
Dr. Alton makes house calls to see him. Baxter doesn't come into the office. I make up the prescriptions and he picks them up at noon when I'm away at lunch.
Interesting. What can you tell me about your treatment?
I'm quite angry, actually. I was having such terrific results. I felt like a new man. Much more vigorous and outgoing. But the doctor has ended the prescription altogether for no reason.
Okay, we should go to Prudence's house next. Fuck, she looks far away. I was really hoping she wouldn't. I was really hoping she'd be like around the corner. But we are 54% of the way conquered of City of London. In the building. I'll just take a little detour. Get this other chest in here too. Chimera Gauntlet schematic. Very nice. The hell? I was like, where am I? This is not where I entered from. Didn't want to let me out. There we go. Alright. So I think our next course of action in this investigation is go to Prudence's house. Check to see if we can find any clues there, and then double back to Gilbert's house. Here we have an unsent letter to Dr. Alton. Dearest Trevor, I must tell you that this evening something unsettling occurred. After a tete-a-tete in the park, I set off for home, all the while thinking of you. But suddenly a young woman appeared and began to berate me in the street, never ceasing to shout insults and shameful allegations involving someone named Baxter. Isn't that the patient you have had such trouble with? Oh my dear, I managed to slip away. But it was so terribly upsetting. But now I see that it is too late to post this, and I will see you tomorrow in any case, my love. Interesting. There's a person down there. Prudence's diary. Several entries stand out. I hold Gilbert in the highest esteem, but I simply cannot imagine marriage at all it entails, and all it entails. I've seen so little of the world. I've begun to see a doctor in an attempt to calm my nerves and concentrate my mind. Dr. Alton is kind and gentle, and the solicitous manner with which he listens is as beneficial as any medication. Oh, what a rapturous night. The timid Dr. Trevor Alton has surprising depths. We had a chance encounter in the park, whereupon he began to speak to me with such intensity and passion. I was quite swept up. Soon, his ardent kisses took my breath away. Could it be that I have found love at last? And what then of my engagement to Gilbert? My feelings for Trevor, it seems so silly to call him Dr. Alton now, are as strong as ever, but mixed with concern. He has become moody, even tormented. He complains of his experimental treatment and of his patients. I have told him that I plan to break things off with Gilbert. Trevor and I are to meet in the park this morning. Is a proposal in the offing? If he does propose, oh please let it be so. I shall go directly to Gilbert and break it off with him. A swift, sharp break is best for everyone. Break engagement to Gilbert. Rapturous night with Trevor. Woman outside. What do you know about Prudence?
I saw her kissing my man in the park, didn't I? I followed her to the street yesterday, but lost her. I'll come every day if need be, until I catch her again. That trollop better promise to let him alone, or I'll give her what for.
What do you know about Baxter?
He's all mine, I tell you. All the girls want a bit of Baxter, but they can't have him. You ask him yourself. He lives just that way.
Strong-willed woman. Let's go to Gilbert Toes.
Come on, bloody Pegasus.
Thankfully, it wasn't too far away. Or Baxter's house, rather. Pretty sure I said Gilbert. 7 clues around here. Scattered papers. She plans to break her engagement because of you. I won't have it. I shall marry her myself. At least that way she'll remain a respectable woman. Written by a right-handed man. I can't extinguish your life, so I shall extinguish hers. Written by a left-handed man. There is a spot of blood on the note. Bit of scattered papers on the ground there. She means nothing to you. You are a monster of my own making. Written by a right-handed man. This must be notes between Doctor and Baxter, I guess. I always get what I want. It is my due. Written by a left-handed man. You're nothing but a burden to me. A pathetic, sniveling burden. If only I could be rid of you. Paper packets. Many empty paper packets. They have a residue of powder on them.
Return and find out about this.
Knives. Collection of kitchen knives. Identical to the one found on the crime scene. One is missing. Well, this isn't looking good for Baxter, I can tell you that much. Also, though, wanted to go up further. Get that chest while I'm here. Okay, let's backtrack over here real quick. Just to see if there's any more dialogue with this woman. Because I don't want to have to walk all the way back here otherwise. Doesn't look so. Yeah. head to Gilbert's house. Ask him a couple more questions, see if he knows anything, then we'll head to Dr. Alton's. I feel like our murderer's at Dr. Alton's. What do you know about Dr. Alton?
Prudence has been so distant lately. I believe she has a misplaced affection for her doctor, the cad. I would make a much more appropriate husband, and the wedding is planned.
And Baxter, what do you know about him?
I've never heard of such a man.
I don't think it's the woman, although she had motive. None of the clues really point to her. I don't think it's Gilbert. He had motive, but again, clues don't really point to him. What do you know about this medicine?
That medicine was developed by Dr. Alton specifically for one of our patients, Mr. Shelby. But he's been using it for another patient as well. It's odd to me because the doctor is clearly the one in the relationship, but this medical file right here says someone I shall not name. And then he later admits to being in said relationship with her.
An unfortunate incident. One of my patients became overexcited.
I haven't met Baxter. As far as I'm aware, I have all the evidence. Yeah, I'm almost positive it's the doctor.
Oh God, it's true. I couldn't help myself. The powder unleashed a creature within me. He seduced the innocent Prudence and then killed her to prevent us from marrying. It's too horrible.
I knew something was amiss with the medical powder, but didn't understand until you found those papers. Well done.
The case of the conflicted courtship. Dr. Trevor Alton's experimental medication seemed to be so successful on one of his patients that he tried it himself and created a monster, going under the name of Baxter. His second drug-altered personality lived a wild, scandalous life, seducing women as he went. The unsuspecting Prudence Brown, believing him to be Dr. Alton, fell in love with the passionate Baxter. Meanwhile, Baxter continued his seductions, which included the possessive Lulu, who later followed Prudence, planning to threaten her. Horrified by Baxter's actions, Dr. Alton resolved to marry Prudence in order to save her reputation. Baxter, however, would not have his freedom curtailed in any way and arranged to meet Miss Brown in the park, where he viciously murdered her, a crime for which Dr. Alton will pay the price. Henry Raymond. Yeah, the only thing that threw me off is it seemed like there was an actual character named Baxter, but we never met said Baxter. And it was odd when we found, you know, the notes back and forth in Baxter's office, or Baxter's house. And one of the biggest pieces of evidence was Prudence's case file here, which said that, oh yeah, you know, she got into a relationship with someone that I don't want to name, but then the doctor himself was like, oh yeah, I'm in a relationship with, you know, Prudence. It's kind of odd all around. I guess the next thing we'll do is this Templar hunt, but let's head to the train right there. Collect whatever money in the safe. We could probably get the last gang upgrade in the ringleader, like that one side of ringleader tree that I was going down. And then if I have any extra money, maybe I'll do upgrades. I make a ton of money now. Got 7150. I have 2 skill points. I can't use the skill points yet. I'm saving up for 4, but the gang upgrades, however. Bad powder 2. Low quality gunpowder causes the Templars to occasionally misfire or even cause the weapon to explode, which is very nice. Like I said, that's going to be it for gang upgrades for now. When I get everything I want, then we'll come back through and just start unlocking everything. I think I want to dive into crafting. Go for the upgrades there. We can get throwing knife upgrade 2 to further increase the damage inflicted by throwing knives. I think is a very good idea. Medium bullet pouch. Craft this item to increase bullet carrying capacity. We have medium knife pouch. Craft this item to increase knife carrying capacity. Medium bomb pouch. Craft this item to increase bomb carrying capacity. medium medicine pouch. Craft this item to increase medicine capacity, carrying capacity. Jesus, stuttered on that one, huh? Alright, well, that was all my money I can spend at this point in time. I'm going to end it here. When we come back, we will continue on in the City of London to continue to clear out the borough. I'm probably going to do the gang stronghold here next. And then... No, I'll probably actually do the Templar hunt because it's just closer to that fast travel point, and then I'll come down and finish up there. In any case, though, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and say comment down below, subscribe, share. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.